Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and I have a book haul to share with you guys today. I placed this order from thriftbooks.com. I was on Amazon one day looking at my wish list, and one of the wish lists I have is books I want to use for collage or art, and these were some of them. And I think I looked up this one and in the used section, and I saw a store called Thrift Books Sienna, and I looked it up, and thinking it's an actual store, but it's a warehouse, and it's out of Reno, so way too far. But I looked up the website, and they had some of the books I wanted on that wish list, so I ordered them. They're either good or acceptable condition. I forget which one they said was a very good condition. I believe this one was in very good condition. This one was the most for acceptable, and after ordering it, and saw the price, I was like, that's a little much what I would spend for an acceptable used book. I think it was like $6 and change. Anyway, these books came from 3 different locations. This one I got first. It came out of Reno. That's why it came first. It was the closest. This one, I believe, came from Chicago. And then these 2 came Saturday, I believe. And they were from Dallas. And these are on my wish list. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and one of the podcasts is You Must Remember This, and it's about Hollywood from, what the start of Hollywood, the last century, and they talk about a lot of the older studios, Warner Brothers, RKO, MGM, and that piqued my interest when looking books up or something. I forget how I came across these, but I did. So let's start with this one. And the pictures, some of them are okay. Well, a lot of, words and, well, obviously it's a book. Of course they'll have words, but the words are in small print. They definitely have that used book smell. I may have to take them outside for a bit to get that smell out. But yeah, a lot of nice pictures. This one starts probably from, the early years. And this one was published in 1979. At least that's when it was first published. And there's probably more different editions from that. And from the early years, I forget what year it started, to like the 50s. Let me look at the front again. Yeah. Early years, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and all that. So that's that one. And next up, and it's a pretty thick book, you can see. I'll probably take the cover off. Not counting the index. It's about 464 pages. And the RKO. Again, the cover I'll probably take off. This is from the 1929 to 1960. And this was published first published in 1982. And it has less pages. It's about 300. Basically the same thing as the Warner Brothers pictures and info. I got these to cut up, but of course, looking at them, I don't want to cut them up. But I probably will. And the last one out of the movie studios is MGM. Obviously, the cover is off of this one. And this was first published in 1979. Or revised in 1979. I think this was first published in 1975. And this is another big book, not as big as MGM, but bigger than the RKO. I think it said 384, because I'm not counting the index. And again, the same thing. It doesn't have an index. Or I'm assuming this covers, like, again, the beginning to the whenever this was published. Because I think the first page, first one was 1924. In 1978. So that's that book. And the last book is a Disney book. The Art of Animation for Mickey Mouse and Beauty and the Beast. This has some snap cover moves, if you can see that. There's another one of these from for Mickey Mouse to, I believe, Hercules. Don't quote me. But this is an interesting book. You know, again, I bought this to cut up, but I probably will want to read this. Because it starts with history of new art. How Mickey was born, and animation from before Disney. Disney before Mickey Mouse, preparing, then Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the war, movies, the war, before the war, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Bambi, Dumbo, and then all those, about the war, and then post-war films without Walt after he died, and book 2 is making Beauty and the Beast, which is then and then we have a movie scene, from legend to film, elements of animation, glossary of terms, and index. It's about a 200-page book. Again, the pictures are really cool, which I got it for. But this one I'll probably read first and then decide. That's my haul, and it cost me about $20-something. I used my PayPal. So, then that PayPal is from the money I get from my Patreon, and that link is in the description below, along with a bunch of other links. Like, I have my some of my wish lists from Amazon in the description below. I have books I want to use for collage, the Julie Nutting wish list, Funko Pops, and coloring books. I also have a wish list of coloring books via Amazon UK, because there's a lot of Disney coloring books that are only available overseas, Well, you can get them, order them here in the U.S., but the Spoof-Foo books and stuff, but that link is in the description below. But anyway, that's it for right now. See you guys next time. Thanks for